Hi, and welcome to video 5 in this tapping lesson series. This will be about one of my favorite tapping techniques, and that is tap slides. And tap slide is basically just what it sounds like. You're sliding between notes with your tapping finger or tapping fingers. So the same kind of slides you would do with your fretting hand, normally you do them with your tap finger instead. In its most basic form, that would be something like this. And that can evolve as much as you want. Another pretty simple idea is one thing you're gonna notice is that it's gonna hurt at the tip of your tapping finger. And that is just because you need to work on it slow to get the same sort of calluses, hardness of your fingertips as you have on your fretting hand. It will take a little while, but you will get there. So take it small steps, work on it for a little while, and then leave it and work on something else, and then come back again until you start to feel that your finger is getting a little harder on the tip of your finger. And that will also increase the tone. It's the same on your fretting hand. The more calluses you get, the better tone you get, the more convincing tone you get. And two little extra tips before we move into exercises. That is, if you're gonna do bends or vibrato with a tap tone, do it with your fretting hand instead of your tapping fingers. And what I mean with this, if I'm gonna take this G note and bend it up to a whole step up, and if I'm gonna try to do that with my tapping finger, it's really hard to control, and it sounds weak and not good at all. So what you should do is, or try to do I should say, is tap the note and then bend with your fretting hand behind the tap note, like this. And then the same thing for vibrato. If you're gonna try to do vibrato with the tapping finger, it's gonna sound not confident and not that great and really hard to control. So again, the same thing with your fretting hand behind the note you're doing the tap on the same string. That means doing the vibrato there. Works wherever you do it. So try to think of that. Especially the more weak finger you're using, when you start to use 2 fingers or 3 fingers for your tapping, the more you need the help from your fretting hand with bends and vibrato. Okay, let's dive into the exercises. Example 1 is playing a G major 7 arpeggio, and that will involve a half note slide. So we're going to do a slide that goes up in pitch then down again. So we play the B on the 7th fret, we play the D on the 10th fret with our fretting hand, and then we add a tapping on the 14th fret, the F sharp, slide that up to G on the 15th fret, slide back down again to the F sharp and release that to the D. And then we get something like this. Then exercise 2, we'll be doing a G major add 9 arpeggio, and that will involve a whole note slide. So what we're going to do then, we're going to do the first 2 notes the same, and then we tap the 15th fret, the G, we slide that up to the 19th fret, A, which is the 9, and then we slide down to the G again. Then we get something like this. And here, have in mind and think about that you can do all of these slides in any direction that you want. So you can do it like we've done so far, up, down, or you can do it down, up, and that would be. Or you can do them only up. Or only down. Something like that. Exercise 3 is putting all of these slides together into one line. And we're also going to add a new one where we go up, up. So we play the first 2 notes the same. And then we tap the 15th fret, the G, slide that up to A, and from there slide that up a whole step again to B, and then release that. And then we get something. So let's try to put it all together. First exercise 1, then exercise 2, then the new slide we had, then a slide that goes only down, and then a slide that goes only up. And then we get something like this. So exercise 4 is playing an A minor scale with tap slides going up in pitch, moving over many strings. And the pattern we're going to use for all the strings are starting with the tap note on the B, sliding that up a half step and down again, and then release that to our fretting hand 7 and 5, and then a hammer on from nowhere on the string above, 7th fret. So we get this pattern. And from there we do the exact same pattern again, but here we got to follow the scale. So when we do the hammer on again, the hammer on from nowhere on the B string is going to be on the 8th fret instead. So we have. So the last 2 strings are a whole note slide, and the first 2 strings are a half note slide. So we get. Example 5 is the main riff from a song of mine called Poco Impetuoso that you can find on my YouTube page. And it's a tapping pattern moving over 2 different chords. It's a C sharp minor 7 to a E major 7. And the pattern, you can see that in the tablature, and it goes like this. Breaking that down really slow, you go hammer on the A string, 4th fret, then hammer on from nowhere on the 6th fret on the D string. So you get, and then you tap the 9th fret, slide that up to 11, and slide it back again. And that is sort of the pattern everything is based around. And that slow will be something like this. And up to speed it goes. Example 6 is a descending A minor line that uses slides that go only down and slides that goes up and down. And look at the tablature so you see what I'm doing. I'm going to play it really slow. And here it is. Example 7 is a tap slide idea based around the D minor 7 chord. And it's going to be in octaves. So our fretting hand is going to play 1 octave down here, and our tapping hand is going to do another octave up here. So the whole thing, really slow, is... So basically, the pattern are the same all the time, but we're just following the notes of the chord. So we go tap, slide, slide, release, and play the same notes an octave below. And then we change string, hammering on from nowhere on the string below. So we go, and then the same thing again. So the pattern, the whole pattern is... Okay, that's it for this time. Next time we're going to dive into another favorite subject of mine, and that is using 2 fingers for our tapping. So we're going to add an extra finger. And that can be something like this, for example. But until then, practice on. And take it easy with the slides so you don't hurt yourself or get pain in your fingers. See ya.